To some extent, Kojima's always had a fairly precise vision of what Metal Gear was supposed to be, the kinds of films it would attempt to emulate and rethink for the context of a video game. Ground Zeroes does this stuff better than any other game in the series. In fact, it outshines its influences and the series conventions. It's a clean slate. Ground Zero. Forget about MGS, this is tactical espionage action for the modern age. An incredible new engine designed from the ground up to deliver this vision. Kojima has put his full weight behind making this game precisely what he wanted it to be. Previous games were essentially refinements of what had been established. For all its successes, MGS4 was a game that was held back by a need to honour its fans' intense level of appreciation for plot points and characters. Everything had to have a triumphant send-off that respected every angle of what these things were. Ground Zeroes treats its few returning characters and locations horribly. Metal Gear is taking a new direction, and old Metal Gear will suffer in order to deliver it. Fundamentally, the game plays very differently. It kind of feels like what the series has been attempting since MGS3, but relieved of any duties to reward players for lessons learned in previous games. The binoculars first appeared in the original MSX2 game and have stuck with the series since, but they've never been a terribly vital item. Now they're essential. They don't just allow you to plan out routes through complicated multi-layered environments, but they also mark spotted enemies. It replaces the series' old Soliton radar with something less passive and more influenced by the player's willingness to place themselves. Losing your patience and storming in is more of a risk than ever before. There's no separate sections to run towards if things get too heated where you are. Camp Omega is one intricately functioning location. Patrol routes sweep the entire base, and guards can enter jeeps and armoured transport to chase you through the game's full map if you don't find a way to get away from them. Metal Gear has always given players far more options than other games on the market, and Ground Zeroes continues to push the envelope. Every inch of Camp Omega can be explored and utilised, vehicles can be stolen, guard towers can be commandeered or destroyed. You can even sneak into the base's power grid and shut it down. You have so many ways to accomplish your straightforward objectives that you always feel in control, and every method always feels like playing a brilliantly designed, deliberately paced video game. Hideo Kojima has been my favourite designer in the industry for a decade and a half now, but my own interests seem to be responsible for a lot of that. I want to play dark cyberpunk text adventures with campy characters and a robot sidekick. I want to play rigidly designed, dreary John Carpenter tributes. Ground Zeroes feels like something that anyone can understand and appreciate, with tone and ideas that feel more distinct from its influences than anything Kojima's done before. Ground Zeroes is only a preview though, a brief handful of missions and an introduction to Metal Gear Solid 5. It's an odd midquel between the shonen anime influenced Peace Walker and the daring psychological drama that Phantom Pain's promised to be, a demonstration of new mechanics and fluid controls that feel welcome in the game's open environments. If MGS5 can keep all its promises, I have little doubt it will be the best game in the series, and a well-stripped Metal Gear Solid of its title is my favourite game ever made. It's a bold statement, but Ground Zeroes has given me the confidence to believe it.